thank you all for coming today. We all really, really appreciate your attendance and your care and all your thoughts and everything. As all our lives do, my mother's life and her values reflected the time and the society she was born into. And my mother was born on November 1st, 1929. And after knowing her for 58 years, I only very recently realized that she was born only about a week after the stock market crash that led to the Great Depression. And while we're on the subject, I recently realized that when I was born, there were only 48 states in the Union. That's crazy. How old am I? Like, I couldn't believe that when I figured that out recently. So I just had to throw that. But my mother was therefore very much, as we all knew, as all of us children knew, a child of the Great Depression and her Midwest upbringing. So Mom had solid Midwest conservative upbringing, and those values were passed on to all of us children. When I was born in 1956, I had two older sisters, and we all lived in the small farming town of Waterman, Illinois. Given the perceived differences between a Midwest farming town and Mesa, Arizona in the 1970s, one particular friend of mine would often jokingly ask me, "Where'd you learn that, Jerry? Waterman?" But I think it's safe to say that Mom's and Dad's life goals and their measures of success were modest. Graduate high school, maybe you go to college, get a good job, stay there, work hard, maybe you move up the ladder, take care of your family, stay healthy. That was sufficient. That was good. You didn't need to have lofty goals to have a good life. And in fact, maybe your goals shouldn't be too high. You might fail. Something bad might happen. After all, look what happened to the stock market. Maybe the stock market crash and the depression were a result of people striving for too much, not being satisfied. So for me, that kind of translated into, don't have too much fun, something bad might happen. Mom just wanted us to be happy, to be safe, be responsible, be healthy. You achieve that by setting a career goal, working hard, making good choices, and living with the consequences. She was happy being a good mom because she knew that moms are the most important people in the world with the most important job in the world. And now, with my wife, who was already a mom of two young boys when she picked me 14 years ago, I see every day how hard she works to be the best mom. And she is. And I now know that moms are the most important people in the world with the most important job. And that's because Mom was always encouraging and maybe a little demanding at times, but patient and loving and tolerant, and she was always there. I love her for teaching me the value of hard work and expecting me to earn my way in the world. You want it bad enough, and you need to work for it. And I love her for teaching me to take responsibility for my actions and to not expect things to be given to me unless I earn them. Sometimes I wish she hadn't taught me to always clean my plate, but there was always a reason and an expectation for everything. But as much as she did for me, I know I can never be as good a parent as my mom or my wife, because she is a saint, you know. But you always have to have a goal, right? And my mom gave me a good goal. And after learning a few days ago of Mom's passing, when I started to really think about the funeral, I quickly became worried that not enough people would be there. All of her siblings had already passed away. Most of our remaining extended family lives elsewhere. Even 3 of her 4 children live elsewhere. Shouldn't there be a large gathering of people at your funeral to honor and celebrate your life? Just like you want a large gathering of people to celebrate your marriage. And not having enough people means that your life won't be sufficiently honored at its end. But I'm sure that Mom would have wanted people who knew her and cared about her or cared about her family to come honor her and show their respect in whatever way possible. And you have. And I really thank you for that. I especially want to thank her partner, Chuck McCassin, for caring for her, for loving her, and devoting himself to her so completely, especially over these last 3 years since she had her stroke. His selfless dedication to her is the ultimate example for me to strive for in my life. Thank you for taking care of my mom so completely. You've been a great comfort to her and a great comfort to all of us children for being there when she needed it most. I also want to thank my sister Lori for her dedication, all of her hard work, and her devotion to ensuring that Mom got what she needed, that she didn't get what she didn't want, and for being there when she needed it most. I really also want to thank Michelle and Tom. For the last 3 years, they took such great care of her after her stroke. I couldn't be happier with the care she received and the comfort it gave me living on the other side of the country to know how well you cared for her and cared about us. It was fantastic. And bless you both, always. And lastly, since sometimes it seems hard to get a word in edgewise at home,
Why are you looking at me?
so forgive me. I want to thank my wife for being who she is, for me, and for my mom, and for all of my family, and especially for her sons. You're the best.